Next in, straight from Berlin, the Cop28 chair pressed for tripling of renewables capacity by 2030, but did not call for a complete end to the use of fossil fuels. Instead, the chair says that the focus must be on removing the emissions they produce while stepping up renewables. Sultan Al Jaber, the president of this year's UN climate talks hosted by the United Arab Emirates, called on participants to drastically ramp up their use of renewable energy. Jaber further proposed to accelerate delivery in sectors like renewables to triple by 2030 and double it again by 2040. But at the same time, he did not call for a complete end to the use of fossil fuels. Rather, the Cop28 chair said that the focus must be on removing the emissions they produce while stepping up renewables.
In a pragmatic, just and well-managed energy transition, we must be laser-focused on phasing out fossil fuel emissions while phasing up and scaling up viable, affordable, zero-carbon alternatives.
Earlier this year, the UN's climate expert panel said that the world risks crossing the key 1.5 degrees Celsius global warming limit in about a decade. While solar and wind power are already increasing dramatically, the UN report said that existing fossil fuel infrastructure will be enough to push the world beyond 1.5 degrees Celsius, absent the use of costly and emerging technology to capture and store the carbon pollution. In 2009, the UN Climate Summit in Copenhagen saw rich nations promise $100 billion a year by 2020 to the global south. But last year, the OECD said that the amount delivered was still $17 billion short. At the same time, the funding needed for developing countries to stop burning planet-heating fossil fuels and prepare for tomorrow's climate disasters has already far outstripped that amount. Campaigners are pushing for recasting the global financial architecture to help countries cope as many emerging nations grapple with rising costs, soaring debts and extreme weather events.